Most planets follow a simple recipe. You've got a hot, metallic core. Most planets follow a simple recipe. You've got a hot, metallic core. Around that, a thick, rocky mantle. And on top, a paper-thin crust. It's a design that works. But what if you could strip all of that away? What if you could peel back the rock and stone, layer by layer, until only the heart of the world remained, exposed, naked, a colossal ball of pure iron and nickel, drifting silently through the void? These are iron planets. They are the skeletons of worlds, and they are worth more than all the wealth on Earth combined. In our own solar system, orbiting between Mars and Jupiter, is an asteroid named 16 Psyche. It's about 200 kilometers across, a respectable size for an asteroid. But Psyche isn't normal. It's not made of rock or ice. It's made of metal, solid iron and nickel. Scientists believe Psyche is the exposed core of a protoplanet, a baby planet that was just starting its life billions of years ago. But something went horribly wrong. Something big hit it. A catastrophic collision so violent it blasted away all the rock, all the crust and mantle, leaving only the dense, metallic heart behind. And that heart, that chunk of metal, is estimated to be worth $10 quintillion. That's a 1 followed by 19 zeros. It's more money than exists in the entire global economy, by a factor of thousands. How does a planet become a skeleton? It all starts with a process called differentiation. When planets are young, they're basically giant balls of molten goo. The heaviest elements, like iron and nickel, sink toward the center under their own weight. This forms a dense, superhot core. The lighter stuff, like silicon and oxygen, floats to the top, eventually cooling to form the mantle and crust. Every rocky planet in our solar system went through this. Earth has an iron core, Mars has one, so does Mercury. But normally, that core stays buried deep inside, protected by thousands of kilometers of rock. It's the planet's innermost secret. For that secret to be revealed, something truly terrible has to happen. A giant impact. Imagine two young planets on a collision course. If one smashes into the other with enough force, it can act like a cosmic sledgehammer, shattering and ejecting the lighter, rocky outer layers into space. All that's left is the dense, naked core. This is what we think happened to Mercury. It's the smallest planet in our solar system, but it's also the densest. Its massive core makes up 85% of its entire radius, far more than any other planet. The leading theory is that Mercury was once much larger, a normal-sized planet, but a giant impact early in its history stripped away most of its rocky mantle, leaving behind a world that is mostly just a giant metal ball. Mercury is a proto-Iron planet. If it lost just a little more of its crust, it would be a pure, exposed core. And these aren't just theoretical oddities. We think we've actually found one. 340 light years away, there's an exoplanet named K-29b. It's about the same size as Earth, but it's way denser. So dense, in fact, that it must be made almost entirely of iron. It's a prime candidate for a true iron planet. Either it suffered a massive collision that tore off its rocky exterior, or it orbits so close to its star that its atmosphere and crust were literally boiled away by the intense heat, leaving only the core behind. Either way, it's a world forged in violence. So, what would it be like to stand on an iron planet? Let's take a journey. First, the gravity would be crushing. Iron is incredibly dense. An iron planet the size of Earth would have gravity maybe twice as strong. Every step would feel like you're carrying another person on your back. Just walking would be an exhausting, monumental effort, Your own body would feel impossibly heavy. Next, the surface. Forget soil, forget rocks, forget sand. The ground beneath your feet would be metal. Solid, unyielding metal, likely harder than any steel we can produce. If you brought a shovel and tried to dig, the shovel would break, the ground would not give. It would be like trying to tunnel through a battleship's hull with your bare hands. A landscape of pure, unforgiving metal stretching to the horizon. And then there's the heat. Iron is an excellent conductor of heat. If the planet were tidally locked to its star, with one side always facing the heat, and one side always in shadow, the results would be extreme. The day side would be a glowing, molten ocean of liquid metal, a permanent, planet-wide forge. The night side would be cooler, solidifying into a dark expanse of metal. But heat would conduct through the planet's body from the hot side to the cold side. This incredible temperature difference would create insane thermal stresses. The solid metal would constantly crack, buckle, and warp under the strain, creating a groaning, shifting landscape of tortured iron. Finally, the magnetic field. A spinning core of liquid iron is what gives Earth its magnetic field. An entire planet made of spinning iron would generate a magnetic field of immense, unimaginable power. This field would be great at shielding the surface from deadly solar radiation, but it would also have bizarre effects. Compasses would spin uselessly. Any unshielded electronics would be instantly fried. The sky might be filled with permanent, violent auroras, and electromagnetic storms could rage across the surface. Iron planets are not places for life. They are hostile in every conceivable way. But they are valuable, unimaginably valuable. The sheer quantity of iron, nickel, platinum, and gold locked within a single iron planet could supply human civilization for millions of years. NASA is so intrigued by this possibility that a mission is already on its way to the asteroid Psyche. It's scheduled to arrive in 2029 to study this metal world up close and personal, and to unlock the secrets of how these strange objects form. But here's the unsettling truth: iron planets are remnants. They are what's left over after a world is destroyed. They are planetary corpses. Each one is a monument to a catastrophe. A silent testament to a world that was forming, growing, maybe even had the potential for life, until something came along and ripped it to shreds. Standing on an iron planet would be like standing in a graveyard. You'd feel the immense weight, the unyielding hardness, the unforgiving metal beneath your feet. No life has ever touched this surface. No atmosphere has ever graced its sky. It is a world reduced to its most basic, brutal elements: metal, cold, eternal, a skeleton of a world forever haunting the dark. Thank you for watching. If you want to explore more of the strange and terrifying corners of our universe, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Until next time, keep watching the dark.